We got to have a conversation about Barack Obama, the Democratic Party, and the reasons why when Barack Obama came out lecturing us and wagging his finger at us, that it not only did not work, it made us feel some kind of way. Now, we have a leak here. It's by a woman named Ashley Etienne. Ashley Etienne was a political advisor for Barack Obama, for Nancy Pelosi, and also for Kamala Harris. This is from Frontline here. Ashley Etienne served as communications director for Vice President Kamala Harris. Etienne has also served as a senior advisor to Presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden and Speaker Nancy Pelosi. And she also is seen here in a video from the National Democratic Training Committee combating disinformation by investing in red communities. So again, she's not some Republican. She is, in fact, a Democrat. But shout out to African Diaspora News with Vicky Dillard. I love Vicky Dillard, but I want you guys to hear this, man. I want you guys to hear this because I want you to hear what the Democratic Party actually thinks of us. This is a leak by Ashley Etienne talking about Barack Obama being above race. I want you to hear this now. This is very, very interesting.
The sentiment that was within the White House, I was on the 08 campaign and then transitioned eventually into the Obama White House. Right. And there was a sense, a clear message that was sent to us on the staff that Obama is above race, that he is a...
Did y'all hear that? There's a clear message sent that Obama was above race. Now, when you have that kind of mindset, that kind of mentality, Barack Obama, that would explain why whenever a black person, specifically a black American, will ask you, well, what did Barack Obama specifically do for black people? They always get, they always struggle to give you an actual answer. And this is why, because every white person and every person who's so shocked that somebody could vote for Barack Obama and then turn around and vote for freaking Trump. Now you're seeing it, because both Trump supporters and Barack Obama supporters both support candidates that won't do anything for black people. See, that's the commonality there. That's the part that many people are missing, right? That's the part that people are missing. I want y'all to hear that again.
Within the White House, I was on the 08 campaign and then transitioned eventually into the Obama White House. And there was a sense, a clear message that was sent to us on the staff that Obama is above race, that he is ascended race, and we are not to talk about him. I mean, this is the unspoken part of it all. And I'm just going to say it out loud, which is, we are not to talk about him as a black man. In fact.
Wow. So I want to remind you who's saying this now. This is a Democrat insider. The person who said this is this woman, Ashley Etienne. I'm going to repeat who she is again. This is from Frontline for PBS here. I want to highlight this part. Ashley Etienne served as communications director for Vice President Kamala Harris. Etienne has also served as a senior advisor to Presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Barack Obama and Joe Biden. I'm going to say it to you for a third time. Barack Obama and Joe Biden. And also for Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the same person who forced out Joe Biden. This person is well known within the Democratic Party. She's not exactly what you call a Republican. In fact, I found this video here with her combating disinformation by investing in red communities. She's trying to change minds. She is a Democrat to the core. She's a Democratic strategist. That's her job. She's a CEO of Etienne and Saint. That is an actual advisory type of firm. That's what they do. They help Democrats win elections. And she's telling you what Barack Obama told her during the 2008 campaign. Barack Obama and his campaign told people he is not to be seen as a black man. He's actually a black man, but you don't treat him like that. I want you guys to hear that one more time. That's a mouthful.
White House. I was on the 08 campaign and then transitioned eventually into the Obama White House. And there was a sense, a clear message that was sent to us on the staff that Obama is above race, that he has ascended race, and we are not to talk about him. I mean, this is the unspoken part of it all. And I'm just going to say it out loud, which is, we are not to talk about him as a black man. In fact, I remember when I did an event with Nas down in Norfolk State, and they were like, make sure you don't have Nas talk about his song about having a black president. Like, we don't want.
So she shows up to an event where you have this rapper named Nas. If you don't know who Nas is a popular rapper. Some of you, believe it or not, might be young enough where you may not even recognize Nas. That's crazy. Like that's why Eminem coming out for the Democratic Party, it didn't have the oomph factor that you thought that it would have, because Eminem is a little bit older now. So is Nas. I respect Nas. Nas is still up there in terms of the best rappers of all time. He's still in my top 5. But they show up to an event where Nas is going to be featured. And they're being told, Ashley Etienne and others are being told to not even play Nas's song about him having a black president because it would point to Barack Obama being a black man. I want y'all to hear that one more time. That is just a mouthful. So they didn't want a song to be played because it would point to Barack Obama being a black man. That is... I'm gonna play it again.
Above race, that he has ascended race, and we are not to talk about him. I mean, this is the unspoken part of it all. And I'm just going to say it out loud, which is, we are not to talk about him as a black man. In fact, I remember when I did an event with Nas down in Norfolk State, and they were like, make sure you don't have Nas talk about his song about having a black president. Like, we don't want to associate ourselves with that. And that really bled into the psyche and the thinking of the people around Barack Obama.
So now you see what I meant by, it's not that I dislike Barack Obama or Kamala Harris. It's just that I understand the people that are surrounded around them. These people are the all lives matter types. These people are the let's use black people as a mobilizing force, but don't do anything for them. Don't promise them anything. Those types of people. And those types of people have this idea, whereas if you pay black people reparations, you do any kind of police, you do any kind of criminal justice reform, you actually start punishing prosecutors. You actually start punishing cops on a massive scale. You start punishing judges on a massive scale. Then and it benefits black people in a positive way. Those are the people saying, hey, the other people, they'll be against that, and you'll never win a freaking election. And those are the same people who were around during the Donald Trump years. Same people saying that, and that's why they lost there, because they were playing the same game, the same hashtag above race, hashtag all lives matter stuff, right? And that's exactly what I've been talking about. I've been trying to warn people about. It's not that I dislike Democrats. It's not that I dislike every last thing that they stand for. What I dislike is them using black faces to trick people, to get us to ignore issues. When people like me have legitimate issues against, law enforcement, and then you use another black person to shout me down, or you install someone like Barack Obama or Kamala Harris, right? You do that, and then you wonder why people like me look at you sideways, because when it comes to, the issue of Barack Obama standing with the black community, here you have a Democratic Party insider telling you that was not the case, that he was hashtag above race. I want y'all to hear that one more time, man, because I don't want there to be any kind of doubt.
I remember when I did an event with Nas down in Norfolk State, and they were like, make sure you don't have Nas talk about his song about having a black president. Like, we don't want to associate ourselves with that. And that really bled into the psyche and the thinking of the people around Barack Obama, and it affected the decisions that were made. Now, when you think that the president is above race and therefore he is above black, that influences everything he does. And so I remember being in those rooms begging for more attention after Michael Brown died, right? A visit.
Right. So you remember Michael Brown? If you don't remember Michael Brown, here, let me help you out, man. I want to look that up as we're talking. So this happened in Ferguson, Missouri on August 9th, 2014. Police officer Darren Wilson shoots unarmed black kid, because they always try to make black children seem like adults. Kid Michael Brown, unarmed. And it caused a lot of issues across the country because the black community wasn't just going to stand for that. We had to say something. And at the time, we had a black president. This is 2014. This ain't 2016 when Trump got in. We had a black president. We had a black president. We had a black president. And the thing is that nothing was done. And the officer wasn't even charged. This is Barack Obama's DOJ. His DOJ didn't charge that officer. His DOJ. This woman was begging for more things to be done. His DOJ did nothing. And now you know why. Because remember, Barack Obama is #above race. See? I want y'all to hear that again. I want there to be no doubt.
State, and they were like, make sure you don't have Nas talk about his song about having a black president. Like, we don't want to associate ourselves with that. And that really bled into the psyche and the thinking of the people around Barack Obama, and it affected the decisions that were made. Now, when you think that the president is above race and therefore he is above black, that influences everything he does. And so I remember being in those rooms begging for more attention after Michael Brown died, right? A visit to the family, a call to the family. I mean, doing more at each one of these points. And we just got, ran into a brick wall. And it was primarily because of the people he had surrounded himself with, who he's now sent over to Kamala Harris's campaign.
So now you hear exactly my criticism, right? I've been saying for years that Barack Obama and people like Kamala Harris and people who are the so-called people of color, right? People of color, people who are handpicked because they have a little bit of melanin, but they have far right leanings. Except they put Black Lives Matter on their Facebook profile, so it's okay. I've been saying for years that it's not about the color of the person who's in office, it's about policy. I don't care about color, I care about policy. How are you going to help my folks? How are you going to pay reparations? Are you going to actually fix the police? I don't want, Kamala Harris, who's basically white, who is basically off-white Joe Biden, basically. And now you're hearing exactly what I've been saying for the longest time. Barack Obama and Kamala Harris and those like that, they have been pushing this above race strategy. This above race strategy. They've been pushing this for the longest time. I've been telling people this. I've been telling people there's a reason why white America was okay with Barack Obama. Because he was just the right shade. And when we say just the right shade, he did all the right things. He danced, had Newports, loved basketball. He shoots hoop, guys. He shoots hoop. But when it comes to actual policy to help Black America, where was he? You know where he was now. You know where he was now. So I just wanted to just give y'all a little bit of update of the reasons of yet another reasons why I hold Democrats to a higher standard. Because by God, someone needs to. Someone needs to hold them to a standard, period.
ACAB, don't you step to ME. I run to your sundown towns, then turn them upside down. But some of y'all monsters like Stranger Things in the upside down. No surrender, no retreat, certified soldier. Got receipts, you can't walk with my feet. I pack nothing but steel for the heat. I'm not soft, I'm elite. Play my anthem on repeat, now sing it with me. ACAB, hating is just weak. Get off my meat, go take a seat. Came from nothing, now I'm something. Descendant of slaves, enemy slave. It's just how I was raised. Black power, temperature raised. Beautiful yet bloody days. That's why I can't be tamed. None of it was ever a game. ACAB, don't step to me. Ancestral power through me. Big dog, big man, big money. Now feel the teeth.